thank everyone all over the nation for all the cards I received, monetary gifts, the special donations, the notes. I received so much, so many prayers. Um, and this is one of the items I did receive. I've received numerous items, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Um, and I wanted to today to kind of tell you a little bit about my family that lived in this house here, my Coleman family, and that is my husband, um, who was a he was a wonderful man. He was a provider. He loved me. He loved our kids. And to tell you about my wonderful babies. Um, Reese is my oldest, and as I've said before, he was on the autism spectrum. Um, and he was absolutely amazing. He's the one who made me a mother. He's the first one that made me a mother. He was 9 years old. And then Evan, um, he was my second born child, and he was the most competitive, open hearted child you'd ever meet. He was a great big brother and little brother. He was always looking out for his siblings. And then my baby Aria, I finally had a little girl, and she was, I like to call her my rough princess. She liked to dress up, but she had two older brothers, so you can about imagine how that went every day. Um, I'd like to talk about the um, the vacation picture. That picture means a lot to me. That shows us all together, and we were so happy because that's what we did as a family. My in-laws were never like in-laws to me. We always took an annual trip somewhere, um, and I appreciate every memory that we shared and how they accepted me into their family as their daughter. Um, I like to talk about how life is in my house now without my children. It's quiet. It's very quiet. Um, I still wake up expecting to roll over and see my husband in the bed or to hear him in the bathroom getting ready for work. I I was in the bed and I woke up because I heard the bus outside and I almost yelled out, "Hurry up, you're going to miss the bus." Then I realized they won't be getting on any more buses. My door to my bedroom is broke because we were trying to teach them how to knock on the door, so we would lock the door, and they still bust through the door, so it's broken. So I expected to hear my baby yell out. She'd yell out, "Mama!" I expected to hear that, and I don't hear it. I just hear silence. My family really meant everything to me. Just like anybody else with a family, they meant everything to me. So today I wanna start a petition to make the duck boats responsible for what they did to my children. Um, as I go through the house, I haven't done too much to it because it's still surreal at times. So, and Aria's room is her crib is still there. Her toys are still there. Her clothes. Reese and Evan's room, everything is still there. They just mean so much to me, and I never want another family ever to have to go through this. I never do. Um, when I would get off of work, my husband got off before me, so he got the joy of getting the kids off the bus and getting snacks. So I would pull up in the garage And sometimes, you know how the day is just heavy. You got work, and then you got to prepare to come home to be a mom, to be a wife. You know, I'm preparing myself. So when I pull in the garage, sometimes I would um, just sit in the car for a minute to kind of reflect. To get, you know, I didn't want to bring any work home, and my kids would never let me sit in there long. They open that door and they bust through, and first thing, "Mommy, we hungry, we want a snack." And so I miss that. You know, I miss that. All my blinds in the house are broken because the kids would look out the window for me or for any of their family that come over and visit them. And it just, it's a house now. It's just not a home anymore. So I this is my new normal. I'm trying to, you know, get used to it. It's my new normal. I'm trying to get used to a empty house. However, I feel like no family, no family, not even my worst enemy, should ever have to experience what I experienced. Thank you.
Thank you, Tia. Yelena has a few words to offer, and then I'm going to suggest we go around to her left before we start the Q&A, so all of you know beyond Yelena and Lita and everyone else who joins us today. Thank you.
On behalf of Tia Coleman and family, today we are launching a national petition on change.org, calling on Congress, the Coast Guard, and all officials in positions of authority to take immediate and permanent action to ban death trap duck boats. In response to the horrific events of July 19th, please join us in rallying national support to ensure that what happened to our family does not and cannot ever happen again. This loss is unimaginable. By signing this petition, you are also urging your elected representatives to support Senate Bill 3301, introduced by Missouri Senator McCaskill. The bill orders the duck boat industry to make their boats safe or risk shutdown by the federal government. Please help us to make a change by signing the petition.
Yeah, please introduce yourself and relationship to Tia. Thank you.
I'm Charles Brackney. I'm Tia's brother-in-law.
Yelena Brackney, Tia's older sister.
Lita Bigby, Tia's sister. Barbara Thomas, Tia's mother.
Keith Miller, Tia's brother.
Chris Martin, Tia's nephew.
Heather Miller, sister-in-law.
Tyler Hutchinson, Tia's nephew.
Alyssa Thomas, friend of the family. Tiffany Martin, Tia's niece.
Okay, thank you all. Time for Q&A, so do you want to start?
Ms. Coleman, our condolences are going to you and your family. As I mentioned when we met with Conrad, with the other half of the family, you have really stood out to me in the face of courage and strength, and as we've covered your story, that of faith. Can you tell us more about the petition? And as you know, sometimes government moves slowly, and things like this have to happen for there to be effective change. So how much of this will you be putting yourself out there? Are you going to be going around the country? Are you going to be at rallies? I mean, how much is Mrs. Coleman's stamp going to be on this movement?
I'm totally behind this movement. As far as going out of the country and going places, since currently I don't know. Each day is different. Sometimes I'm okay, sometimes I'm not, and I'm okay with that because I know this is something I've never went through. It's something I don't ever want to go through again. So I'm gonna back that petition 100%, because the one thing I do know is I never, ever, ever want anybody else to have to feel the pain that I feel and my family feels. My entire family.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
After losing your entire family, Tia, and looking at who surrounds you now, how important is this to you as far as who's sitting with you and how they helped you?
Growing up, my mother has always instilled in us to take care of each other. Take care of each other. I have a huge family. I have a very loving family. Aunts, uncles, cousins, great aunts and uncles. I have a very large family. So I've never felt like I wasn't loved. However, my siblings, my mother put into us to take care of each other. And I don't know if I could go through all that I'm going through without the family that surrounded me. And all my family, but the family that surrounded me has, been there for me.
When I was in Branson, there were people still showing up to go on the Duck Boat ride.
Mhm.
What is your message to people still showing up to go on Duck Boat rides?
Here's the thing. I can't make anybody do anything. And there are a number of people that may not know what actually is going on. However, if there are people that know, I would strongly urge them to reconsider. It's 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 heartbreaking, but again, if they're you know not knowing what's going on, then they're innocent lives anyway. They if they don't know, they don't know. But if I putting myself in someone else's shoes, let me put it that way. If I've known what would happen to me if I was somebody else, I would never get on them again.
Ms. Coleman, the Casco bill you mentioned that you want folks to support, even that bill seems somewhat flawed when you read it. It gives the industry, I think, 2 years to get it together. Isn't 2 years just too long of a wait considering what you and your family have been through?
Absolutely. If there's any way that I could speed it up myself, it would have been done July 19th. If I'd have known things before that, it would have been done as soon as I found out. It's horrible. It's just a horrible. The whole entire thing is a horrible experience.
And have you heard from Andre Carson, who is your congressman, or Senators Young and Donnelly? Mr. Donnelly running for re-election. Have you heard at all from any of those folks that may want to, at this point in the cycle, want to garner your attention?
I have heard from Andre Carson, and to be frank with everybody, I've been shielded a lot from all the things going around. So there are many people that have reached out, and I may be unsure of, but for sure, I have heard from Andre Carson. Okay.
So if you could, ma'am, speak to your senators, Joe Donnelly, the Democrat, and Todd Young, the Republican. Here's your chance. You're on Facebook Live and every media in Indianapolis. What would you say to them? They are your senators in Congress.
I would say, please listen. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. The duck boats are death traps. Nobody else should have to go through that. Please help me save lives.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Maureen Young with Indianapolis Star. Could I ask how your nephew is?
He's doing well. He's doing well.
And the pillow that you mentioned that you're holding,
Mhm.
that was a gift?
It was a gift.
Do you know the person?
I don't know her. I do know a little bit about her story. This is what she does for her hobby, and she's an older lady, and apparently has a huge heart. and she had also lost her husband. So this was really special to me that she reached out and did what she did.
Is she local?
She is not local. She is from another state. I won't mention what state, but she is from another state.
Tia, the rocker's here, the crib is here. Can you tell us what you feel when you walk through the living room?
Sometimes I feel like she might just be taking a nap. And I'll go up and get her, but I go up there and she's not there. In this house, I have very, very, very good memories of my family. But when I see them, it makes me think a little bit of my old normal life. So I'm not quite ready to put those up yet. I'm so sorry. I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry, you mentioned there are good days and bad days. How do you get through the bad days? How do you get from one to the other?
The bad days, I cry. I cry a lot. I pray. There are people that let me know they are praying for me, and I actually can feel the prayers. And then sometimes I may need to be alone, so I'll be alone. Sometimes I may need people around. It's the grieving process, the mourning process, whatever this process is called, is it varies. It varies from day to day. Some days, they're bad. I might just go look at pictures and I'll see, like, one of my favorite pictures is of Evan. He had got into this jar of Vaseline and he's so shiny, like his whole face. His shirt looks like wax. I had just bought that shirt too, I remember. And I thought he was right next to me. I'm thinking, how did he get in that Vaseline that quick? And I'll look at that and it'll make me laugh. And it'll make me appreciate what God gave me for the time that he gave them to me. And that helps. That does help.
Tia, what do you want people to say about Tia a year from now, 5 years from now?
I want them to say Tia loved God. Tia loved her family. And also that Tia loves people. And that, as I've stated before, for my family, I will always fight for them.
Ma'am, Whitley Entertainment promised to pay funeral expenses, and I'm quoting that line up, and for medical bills. Have they come through? They have not been able to confirm for me that they've done what they were supposed to do. As far as you know, have they, things that they've promised so far, have they done so for the family?
Well, all I know for sure is that they did state that they wanted to help the families and be there for the families. The only thing I really have to say to that is they should have fixed the boats before my family got on. They should have fixed the boats before 40-something people died. That's all I have to say about it. Thank you.
Tina, is there anything, we're talking about this petition, we're talking about this bill, lawsuit, is there anything that could really right the wrong?
There's nothing that can right the wrong because I can't get them back. I can't get them back. Even when I will be going crazy because everybody's running around calling me, Tia, mommy, mommy, mommy. I can't get that back. I can't get any of that back. But the only thing that will make this better is that no other family has to go through what I went through. Especially since it's something that could be fixed. Thank you.
Do you still have a desire to help other families that will end up grieving by sharing your journey through the mourning and the grief?
I would love to. I don't know when because I'm a mess myself. I'm a mess of emotions, but I would love to. I've always loved to help. Um, that's what gives me joy, helping others.
And during this whole process, your family has been quite the testimony of faith. That's what I've taken away, and I don't know you.
Okay.
But what I did notice in those days since the 19th is that your family was very faithful. And even during the vigils and funerals, it was very uplifting in light of, one could always say, why me? And never the issue. How do you translate that then to your faith family, as those that watch you on this faith journey? Because this is something that no one can even conceive. How do you, as a mother, how do you just explain it when someone says to you, hey, what's going on?
Yeah. So, as I've stated plenty of times, I was raised in church, and I have a praying mother. I have praying family members. I pray, and I want to say this: I didn't even consider my faith to be strong. If that makes sense, I just know that when we're in our, going through our own individual tests, and literally, for me, through the storm, I didn't. That's all I had at that point. All the family that I have, all the family that I had, when I was out there in that water, it felt like I was by myself because I couldn't see anybody. That's all I had was God, and I know that's the only way that I'm even here today. And so, and a lot of times, like when I'm by myself, I'll just talk to God and I'll say, Lord, I don't know why you did what you did, but I know you did it. And there's nothing I can do to get them back. So, and you left me here for a reason.
Tell you, we can take one more question, and then I think that's a wrap.
If you could sum up that reason why God left you here, what would it be to you?
Okay, so at first I didn't know, right? Because I have no more children. The love of my life is gone. Why am I here, Lord? I always prayed to be a mother. That's one of the things I prayed for. So I'm like, Lord, why am I here? So last week, I had a bunch of people reaching out to me, a bunch of family, and one of my cousins said, "Hey, you want to go to lunch?" I'm like, yeah, we can go to lunch. So we go to lunch, and I'm leaving, and I'm at the stoplight, and somebody rams into the back of my car that I'm in. So I yell out, "Lord, okay, I get it. I know you want me here. I know you want me here, but why am I going through this? Why am I going through this?" So in that moment, that was my peace. I could have died in the lake. I could have died in the car accident. I could die in my sleep. I could die walking down the steps. But for whatever reason, the Lord has left me here. So I'm waiting to see what he has in store for me. From a lot of the cards that I got from all over the nation, people have been reaching out telling me that they had lost faith, and because of hearing this story, and that wasn't even my intention, but from hearing this story, they've gained their faith back, and I think that's amazing. Because I don't think it's about me. I think it's about God. And so I'm speechless from that. It's just amazing at my tragedy and my loss could bring people. And I've heard a lot of people say, I'm going to hug my family a little tighter. I'm going to go wake my kids up and kiss them. And all stuff that I'm sure we've done, because I've done it in the middle of the night. And that does make me happy. Because I feel like as a people, as a human race, we need each other.
Thank you very much. Thank you all. By the way, if you just give us a moment to have the family leave the room. We appreciate that.
It's Yelena. The last name is Brackney, Brackney.
Can you spell that one more time, and I apologize, I said it loud and
Y-E